It's time for local stories from across the East. Local food. Local fashion. Local businesses. This is your home for local. This is the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Hello and welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I didn't want to miss my target here. Welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East. Today we're in Studio E at Eastern North Carolina CW and WNCT 9 on your side. We are off the road for a little while with the show, as many of you are. We've taken precautions. We have cast and crew separated, and so we're going on a skeleton crew here, which is great. We're doing good. Bryce is behind the camera right now. We have plenty of distance between the two of us. Okay, so we've been focusing on best of this week. What is today's best of going to be? Well, I'm glad you asked. Bryce is doing a little imaginary drum roll from behind. Okay, let's find out. Farm Report. Okay, so the Farm Report, we haven't been doing as long as some of the other pieces, but it's all locally produced. It's all new stuff about local farms. So we have a few of those in this episode for you. We're going to take a look. And then we also have another thing we're going to do, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later in the show. So check out Farm Report, and we'll be back in just a little bit here on the East Daily Download.
Spring is officially here, and now is the time to enjoy the sunshine and buy direct from a local North Carolina grower at a farmer's market or a roadside farm market. North Carolina Pork Council's latest research reported in fall 2019 there were 9.5 million hogs and pigs in North Carolina. Farmers in eastern North Carolina are facing a crisis of compounding issues that are threatening their mental health and that of their families. North Carolina Agro-Medicine Institute helps people working in agriculture to discover their stressors, common signs and symptoms of stress-related conditions, for example, depression and anxiety. The institute then provides them with tips to reduce stress. Pitt County 4-H began their Market Garden project last week. Youth are learning how to prepare, plant, maintain, harvest, and even cook food from their very own small garden. And for your Eastern North Carolina Farm Fact of the Week, Lenoir County harvested over 12 million pounds of tobacco and over 2 million broiler chickens. For the Eastern North Carolina Farm Report, I'm Katie Augustine.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you for everything you have done.
Farmers are gearing up for the spring harvesting season. In March, we can expect spinach being harvested, and we're anticipating asparagus, lettuce, and salad greens to be harvested in April. The North Carolina Department of Agricultural and Consumer Services conducts detailed chemical soil analyses for farmers. Once a soil analysis is conducted, a site-specific fertilizer and recommendations are made to optimize crop yields, improve farm efficiency, reduce cost of production, conserve natural resources, and protect the environment. It is National Potato Chip Day this Saturday, so be sure to thank a farmer for providing us with those delicious potatoes. And to finish off this week's Farm Report, here's an Eastern North Carolina farm fact. Hyde County harvested almost 34,000 acres of corn for grain bushels and over 35,000 soybean bushels. For the Eastern North Carolina Farm Report, I'm Katie Augustine.
We are the strong ones, stronger together. This is a time for rising up. And we're stronger, stronger together.
I hope you're staying safe, well, and healthy.
I just want to let you know, I'm thinking about you. I care about you.
We're all one community here in Eastern North Carolina.
This is something that we're gonna get through, and I know we're gonna get through this together.
Frost injury can cause major damage to strawberry plants, especially open bloom, but also to unopened buds if it's cold enough. But luckily, farmers have winterized their plants to ensure a healthy and plentiful season of strawberries. A new economic impact report commissioned by the North Carolina Pork Council states that pig production, processing, and rendering contributes $5.9 billion in direct sales and $10 billion in economic impact in North Carolina every year. The major cause of water quality problems in North Carolina is non-point source pollution. In many places, damage to our water resources comes from soil erosion, excessive fertilizer use, animal waste contamination, and improper use of agriculture chemicals. The North Carolina Agriculture Cost Share Program helps address non-point pollution by providing technical and financial resources. For the Eastern North Carolina Farm Report, I'm Katie Augustine.
WNCT.com, your one stop for local news and weather from across the East, with special features like online originals and our live stream WNCT Now. Visit WNCT.com for details not in the newscast.
Oh, hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download. Got the baseball out here. This is from our time at the Wood Ducks last season. We were lucky enough to spend some time out there, did the first pitch and everything. We had a lot of fun with the whole East Daily Download players. So, one of the things we're going to do the best of this week is we're also talking best of on location, best of interviews. And right now what we want to do is head out to Kinston, to Granger Stadium, and take a look behind the scenes with the Down East Wood Ducks, because it is baseball, or it's supposed to be baseball season, and we miss baseball like all of you do, and I know and we hope it'll be back very shortly. So in the meantime, let's kind of go to the field and take a look. Let's go.
We have 3 concession stands here. We prepare all the food for the fans that come in. The cool thing about minor league baseball is that we try to keep it simple. We have the hamburgers, we have the hot dogs, we have barbecue sandwiches for Eastern North Carolina. We also try to implement some of the stuff that we get from the big leagues from our parent company. So we'll bring in the foot-long chili cheese dogs, the chicken and waffle sandwich, funnel cake fries. So we do a lot of things here, and we're able to try some things that maybe you couldn't do at some of the larger ballparks, and just kind of see how they are as a test for other markets. So we had over 3,000 people on July 3rd. So it can get kind of hectic and crazy and hot, especially here in Eastern North Carolina. But yeah, we feed multiple thousands most nights. I think the biggest thing for us is the people we see. Being in a small community, we see people on a nightly basis, season ticket holders once a week, but they'll come and you'll see a family at the picnic table, and they're enjoying pizza and some of the items that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, they're enjoying the chili cheese foot dog. A 7-year-old kid is trying to conquer that. So I think you see a lot of things that you cannot see anywhere else unless you come out here to the ballpark. And then it's the things like peanuts and cotton candy and things that kind of bring the generations together. And you'll hear the dads telling the sons about how when they used to come out and see the Indians play, 20 or 30 years ago. So it kind of brings those generations together. One, I love sports, and I am lucky enough to work in an environment where I get to come to a baseball stadium every day. So that is super exciting. I mean, that is great. But I mean, I've worked in the food industry all my life. I've been doing it for 20 years. And this is the first time where I can kind of bring some of my loves together. Bring the food, we bring the sports together. And it's just a different environment. Working in the restaurant industry all these years, it's nice, but just to be able to see the interaction with the players and the fans and the promotional team and the mascot and things like that, just really makes it worth the while. The big thing here is that Kinston is a very tight-knit community, so I think it's awesome that we could come back here 3 years ago and offer something for not only the fans to come in, but offer an opportunity to employ some of the people here in the community and really create some job growth for them. And just kind of bring in some new and exciting things for the city of Kinston.
I'm ANISA SAKILE with the East Daily Download. Today we're at Granger Stadium, home of the Down East Wood Ducks, and no game is complete without some gear. So this Fashion Friday, we're headed to the team store. Let's go.
Granger Stadium has been a home to baseball lovers since 1949.
The Down East Wood Ducks were originally known as the Kinston Indians, and on throwback games, you can still catch them wearing some of their old gear.
The Wood Ducks general manager says the throwback games are a way to celebrate a rich history of professional baseball at Granger Stadium.
Agriculture is huge in North Carolina, and the Wood Ducks pay tribute to farmers by sometimes playing as the Kinston Collard Greens.
That's during Farm and Agricultural Appreciation Weekend. The team shines a light on the strengths of Eastern North Carolina people.
The Wood Ducks also pay tribute to Hispanic heritage, playing as Patos y Yuyos, which translates to Wood Ducks in Spanish. They played as Patos y Yuyos every Sunday for the first half of the season. The team store honors the Down East Wood Ducks through all of their game identities. You can find all of the gear you saw today at Granger Stadium at the team store. They're open year-round. I'm ANISA SAKILE with the East Daily Download, and I'll see you next Friday.
So whose show is this anyway?
Y'all feeling all the feels?
We beat the bullies.
Can I be a part of your family? Yes! Do you like chocolate?
Yeah, I mean, like takes care of your soul.
And your butt if you want to grow?
Stop shoveling snow and watch Kelly Clarkson.
The East Daily Download wants to hear from you. Send us your pictures and your viral videos, and don't forget to ask a question for Angie Cazada's Q&A with AQ. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Use the hashtag East Daily Download. Submit your business on WNCT.com under Yes, We're Open today.
Oh, hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download. Just playing catch. Well, actually, I threw this to myself, but whatever. Okay, we got best of week going on here, the East Daily Download. We just went out to Granger Stadium, kind of showed you what we did last season. But now what we want to do is we want to show you our interview, part of our interview we did with Alexa Kay, the Director of Marketing of the Down East Wood Ducks. Great friends of the show. And you can see them usually on Thursdays on the show, the Wood Ducks updates. But let's right now go back out to Granger Stadium, back to Kinston for our conversation with Alexa. How do you guys make the determination of when you have to call a game? Is there a certain amount of rain that comes down, and how early? Or do you just, if it can go right up to game time to decide?
It usually always goes up until game time, unless we always put the tarp on whenever there's even a slight chance of rain.
Okay.
But if the game has started, then it's the umpire's call. There's no longer the GMs can't decide. But we usually wouldn't call a game up until like very last minute until we had to.
Okay, so when the gates open, the fans all flood in, the players are here, what does your job look like at that point?
Basically, I transitioned to on-field host at that time, and I run the promotions out here, and I make sure everything's kind of going smoothly. But yeah, I'm becoming an entertainer at that time, so that's kind of the fun part.
Is that naturally part of your personality?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So that wasn't
I went to
a
school
stretch.
for it, so that was like the easy part. I was like, oh, I got this. This is perfect, but yeah.
And where did you go to college?
I went to Suffolk University. It's in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you a theater major?
No, I was actually a sports broadcasting major.
Okay. Well, you said it was in your nature to entertain, so I didn't know if you were going to say that it was, how did that degree actually help prepare you for this?
Well, so basically, I always wanted to be either like a sideline reporter or a reporter for a team, and I kind of do that out here. But then I also have a minor in sports marketing. Okay. So I was like, I need to have this, but then I need to have a backup, and I think that really helps prepare me across the board for specifically this job, which is weird because I feel like that never happens.
How do you use and how have you found social media to be helpful to bring a crowd in? Because I know you're doing videos. We've actually gone back and forth with some dude in Wood Ducks, a mug with we did a little thing with you. I mean, you do that weekly. You probably do it more than weekly now.
Oh yes, especially during the season, we do it a lot. But I think that social media is like the #1 marketing tool that we can use. And in a bigger market like where I was before, when I lived in Boston, it is huge because everybody has social media. So then when I came here, I had to kind of scale down a little bit, but also I learned what our fans like.
Yeah.
And I think that has helped me promote the team as best as I can. But I think it's like a quick little reminder, like, hey, by the way, it's Dollar Beer Night, or, it's Pepsi Saturday. But it's crucial to what we do.
But you enjoy doing that, clearly.
That is hands down the best part of my job. I love it.
The The East Daily Download is all about local businesses. If you're interested in having your local business showcased, contact Joel Bullard at 252-355-8520 or jbullard@WNCT.com.
Really important. This is the most important question of all. What advice would you give to somebody, since you've been involved with lots of these, for a first pitch?
Ooh,
Don't miss.
warm up. Don't miss. Don't throw a ball. You'll be fine.
Has anybody
You guys will be
ever
fine.
danced down there and just put it in the catcher's mitt?
We have had some people roll it, and I have seen some. I saw one. We had one little girl out here. She did a back cartwheel and then threw the baseball, and I was like, "What
That's
just
a baller
happened?"
move.
It was pretty
And
impressive.
did she throw a strike after that?
Definitely not, but it was cute.
Thank you, Alexa, for joining us,
Of
and thank you
course,
for
happy to be
hosting us
here.
out here.
Yes, anytime. We loved having you guys.
Oh, that looks much farther now. Okay. Here, you want to hold that for a second? Okay, you passed to me. Here, you tossed to me. Okay, now we all touched it. A little high. A little high.
I never knew from the time I first saw you that you'd be the one I would pledge my whole life to, but it came to be.
It's ingrained in me.
Of course I know what the themes are.
Entertainment tonight, that's what people want.
It's hard to think of Entertainment Tonight without.
I mean, come on, since I was a little kid.
This is Entertainment Tonight. This is the Bible of show business.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you for everything you have done.
Do you have a favorite meal? Okay, I just was looking over the question so I don't look crazy. Woo! All right. Do you have a favorite meal? Woo! You're asking me what's my favorite meal, and I'm a foodie. I kind of eat everything except olives. I can't eat olives. I don't know why I don't like olives. But my favorite meal has to be, this is hard. All right, check it. I'm gonna say it real quick, okay? It's mangú con salchichón y queso frito, right? Translation, smashed up plantains with fried sausage, salami, that's better, salami, and fried cheese with some avocado and some pickled onions. That's my favorite meal ever. It's a classic Dominican breakfast dish that I grew up on. I crave every other day, especially on Sundays, and it's my favorite meal. I can eat it nonstop, and yeah, it's my favorite. The first question, what's the best breakfast, I can't talk. What's the best breakfast you've had in Eastern North Carolina? Whew, I probably would say First Watch. It's this new spot in Greenville that is bomb. I love avocados, huge fan of avocados. And almost all of their meals are like super healthy and you can add avocados and I'm all for that. So it was really good, as well as in Uptown Greenville. What's that spot called in the little corner? Nope. No, it's right on the corner. They have really good coffee. They make homemade ice cream. Scullery! They have great food. Their food was amazing. And there's just so many cute places. I've been to Winslow's before, and I'm a big brunch person, like after church on Sundays, and I love the fact that we just have a different spots, you know, local businesses that offer that. So anywhere, honestly, as long as you have avocado, I'm happy.
What's your favorite restaurant in Eastern North Carolina? This is so hard when you're a foodie because I legit love food. I love trying different places and experiencing different cultures through food. I think that's so dope to me. But I might be a little biased because I am Dominican and I'm away from family. So Villa Verde in Greenville is great because it's a Dominican restaurant that's pretty authentic when it comes to just our food, and it almost feels like home away from home. So, and they're super like loving and welcoming. So I would have to go with Villa Verde. So if you haven't tried them, definitely check them out. But that's all we have right now. Again, if you have any amazing questions, please send them to download@WNCT.com, where I get to answer those questions and get creative. You know, maybe I could do some research or, you know, tell you my whole life story. So yeah, send me some questions. Angie Casada, East Daily Download.
What are online originals? Local stories, local documentaries, special features. Everything you need at your fingertips. WNCT.com online originals.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the East Daily Download. We, as always, appreciate your time. We know you have a lot of choices when it comes to television, so thank you for watching the East Daily Download, whether you're watching on Eastern North Carolina CW, whether you're watching at WNCT.com under the Download tab, or whether you're watching on the WNCT mobile app. I know from talking to a lot of people, a lot more people are tuning to the mobile app. That's great. It's free. Google Play in the App Store. You get it, you download it, you can get all your local news, your local weather, and your local East Daily Download all in one convenient location. Okay, so we covered a lot of ground today. We showed you some of the best of farm reports. We showed you some of the best of our time on location and conversations with the Down East Wood Ducks. And of course, you saw our good friend Angie Casada answering your questions with Q&A with AQ. So let's think about this. Tomorrow, we've got another episode of the East Daily Download. We've got more best of week to be continued. So what are we going to do tomorrow? Well, that's a teaser. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow's show to find out. For right now, I'm out of here. Have a great day, everybody. And come back tomorrow to find out what the best of is. We'll see you then.
Thursday, when we hit the road for the next edition of the East Daily Download, we've got a new best of coming your way. We'll be taking a look at some of the best of A Loving Home with Angie Casada. Plus, we'll take you on location to the best of our visit to Extreme Action Park and bring you our interview with the owner. Get ready for another great best of Thursday on the best of the East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.